Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of A Place for All My Books. And in today's video, I'll be giving it a shot on the highest difficulty setting. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm about set up to play a solo game of A Place for All My Books. This is one of many games that I have had on this channel exactly one time, and that is just not enough times. So there are many more games like this I've had on the channel, once or twice, or maybe even 3 times, but I would like to have on the channel more, and my intent is to, next year, to try and do some more of that, but I just had a little gap in the schedule here, and I had something a little bit shorter that I needed to put in the schedule today, and honestly, the stress levels have been kind of high this quarter, so something cozy is appreciated. But I guess that's all to say. I'll talk more about all of that in my January 2026 channel update. But in 2026, I'm going to try and play more of the games that you've seen only a couple times on this channel, just to get some more plays on them because they're great. So a couple notes on this one. First of all, I got a comment the other day on my unboxing for this video. Somebody was upset that I didn't show the back of the box, which is not something that I typically show in my unboxings because I'm really more concerned about the components and the storage and just all the gameplay stuff. But I've got the box here, so for anybody wondering, of course I've got the deluxe edition, so it's got this jacket on it, so all this stuff on the inside is going to spill. But here's the back of the box. You could take a look at the back of the dust jacket here. I'll take the jacket off and show you the back of this as well, just to show you. So again, it's got this like gold leaf. I think I showed this in the unboxing, and it kind of looks like a book, which is neat. I kind of spilled all the stuff inside when I tipped it over, but we'll live with that. And so this kind of looks like the spine of the book. This looks like the pages. The bottoms and top look like pages, and the back is just this. So there you go. That's what the back of this book looks like. I hope that helps. Or back of the book. I mean back of the game box. So the next thing is I just want to point out in my, which deck is it? Other Neat Stuff deck, I've removed the collectible here, these collectible board games, because they kind of threw me off with the pictures being different. Maybe I just don't know this catalog of games very well. I like that it's got A Place for All My Books. That's, the self-referential is funny. There's Boop, and then 2 different editions of Boop in there. Like, those make sense to me as a set, but I don't really know this game Shobu or Hi-Fi. And just looking at these cards, they don't always register to me that these are all part of the same collection. So anyway, I've removed these and replaced them with the collectible pin sets. These were a promo card, so it's just alternatives to these, and that way the deck's not diluted. So I've got these in there. I've got to put this one back in there somewhere. And then what else? Oh, I'm playing on the highest difficulty today. So the rival cards, I have E through N. E through N. So those are here. They're still in order. E through N. So I got to shuffle these up as well. And what else? So we've got our major accomplishments up at the top there. I've put a token beneath each one. I'll move the token onto the card if and when I achieve it. I know the first time I played this game, I made a mistake that I'll correct this time. But each time somebody goes to the shops, you clear all cards. Even if only one card is purchased, you clear all the shops, which is even right there under these 2 options, reset the shops. You don't reset the shops on a blind draw. So I will do better with that rule this time. And finally, for my starting books, I've got 4 yellows, 3 reds, 3 greens, and 2 blues for this character. And so I've got one of these brain bucket bags. I just keep this in my game box. The game does come with a bag, but it's currently full of books. It's already in use. So I just use this to mix up for each player the starting setup. So I need 3 books here, 3 here, 4 here, and 2 here. We'll start 1, 2 reds, and 3. Okay, red, red, yellow. I know this one's a little bit hard to see from above. It's just kind of what it is. I also realized, on these nice wooden book tokens, they've got different gold, sort of, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. It's got gold designs on the top and in different patterns for the different book colors. So yellow's got this sort of rectangle, red's got a diamond, green's got an oval, blue's got this sort of more intricate shape. But I realized later after the unboxing, I was like, because you stack the books like this, you can only really see the design of the top. Whoopsie, grabbed too many. So this game is pretty colorblind unfriendly, I think, because you're looking at just the spines of the book, which have no design a lot of the time. So just something that I realized later upon closer inspection. All right, so now we're set up. There we go. And I can put these away. And now I need to deal myself 5 little projects. And I keep 3, discard the other 2. So we've got, have lonesome books in each of your corner spaces. Have no yellow books in your bedroom or bath. I've got a lot of yellow books, but none in the bedroom and only 1 in the bath. That's surprisingly doable. Have 3 or more tall stacks in your den. Again, a tall stack has 3 or more books. Have 3 or more stacks topped with yellow books in a single room. That I can certainly do. And have 4 or more green books among your board's corner spaces. I think I'm going to take these 3 middle ones. I like the lonesome books in the corners one. I frequently take that one, but I'm not going to take it this time. Have no yellow books in your bedroom or bath. I've just got to remove that book. And then if I have 3 tall stacks in my den, and it's a single room, and each of those stacks has a yellow book on top, then I'll accomplish both of those. So I think those go together pretty well. Set this over here. So these are my little projects in my hand, and I've got 3 social battery. I am ready to start, and I would like to get these comfy sneakers. That's a pretty cool passive ability. When you go to the shops, which is where you would buy these, you pay 1 social battery less, so that kind of encourages you, if you get it early in the game, to go to the shops a lot and get a lot of other neat stuff. But I suspect Penelope Everready, my rival, will probably get to the shops before me, and that'll be gone. So I'm not going to bank on getting that. If we look at the bookstore again, I'm not ready to leave the house and go to the village yet, or the town. But if we look at these 3 little projects from left to right, we've got have a stack with 2 or more blue books and 2 or more red books, then have 3 or more stacks topped with blue books in a single room, and then have 4 or more yellow books in a single stack. So I think at the start here, I'm just going to try and accomplish these as quickly as I can and do my admire action, and then maybe my social battery will get high enough that I can run to the town and get some of that stuff. But also, if I accomplish this one, then I can get one random item from the other neat stuff, so I can't grab the sneakers that way. So yeah, maybe I'll try and get these quickly, admire, leave the house, and go to the shops. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's start with this gather action. So I'm going to increase my social battery, and now I can take the top book from any number of stacks and place as a single stack on any one space. So I think I'll take this yellow and this green and this yellow as a single stack. Maybe I'll put the 2 yellows towards the top. And I'll place them as a single stack right here in my den. So now I've got 2 tall stacks in my den. I need 3, and both of them are topped with yellow books, and I have no yellow books in my bedroom or bath. So I think I could take this sort action on my next turn and get another tall stack in the den, maybe. Oh no, I'll need 1 more gather action as well. But all right, I've got a plan anyway. Let's see what my rival's going to do here. So we've got 1 card now in our rival queue. That's what it's called. So 1 card. Then she goes to the cafe. That's actually where she starts. And it says, gain the little project card from the smallest bookstore shelf and restock. So she gains this, and we restock. All right, that was a pretty good card. So, or at least for me, I wanted that card. So good for her. So back to me. I'm going to sort, gain 1 social battery. I'm going to grab this whole stack. I'm going to make a stack of 1, 2 here in the den, and then Oh, I'll just put this yellow one here in the corner in the den. Because this says I need 3 tall stacks in the den, and I've got 2, and then because it's 3 and 3, and then a stack of 2 and a stack of 1. But this have 3 stacks topped with yellow books in a single room. They don't all have to be tall. So if I gather, I can just throw one more book on top of there, and then I'm ready to do my admire action. So, all right, it is Penelope's turn now. And in the rival queue, she's got 2 cards now, so she's going to go to the bookstore. And she's going to go to the medium shelf. So she gains this little project and these 2 books. And we're going to restock the card and now add from the bag 1 book to each shelf. Another green book on the big shelf. The new small shelf is now a blue book, and the new medium shelf is now another red book. So, okay, back to me. I am going to gather, gain 1 more social battery. I'm going to take the top book from this stack and this stack, both blue, and put them here. So this stack from top to bottom now is blue, blue, green, red. And I'm seeing this this project card. I've got 2 blues and a red. If I can get 1 more red in this stack, then I can complete that card if I get that card. But I'm in a good position now to do my admire action. So let's pass it back to Penelope. It's her 3rd card. So she's going to the bookstore. She's already at the bookstore. Medium shelf, that's this one now. So she's taking this little project, these 2 books. Let's restock it. 1 more book to each shelf from the bag. And the new project says have 4 or more blue books among your board's corner spaces. I don't even have 4 blue books. That's probably not a good one for me. And it's my turn now. I am going to admire. So when I admire, if yellow is my most common book type, and it is because I haven't changed from my starting collection, I start with the most yellow. I gain 3 social battery. 1, 2, 3. I'm up to 9. And do I have no yellow books in your bedroom or bath? I have accomplished that. That's 3 social battery. 1, 2, 3. And this is complete. And then 3 or more tall stacks in my den. I've got 1, 2, 3. So I get from the top of the other neat stuff stack a knitting set. Each time you admire, gain 3 social battery if you have no remaining little project cards in your hand. And I don't see why that wouldn't be active immediately. And you know, let's switch these. Maybe let's put my completed ones to the left here, just like hers are to the left. I'll put my other neat stuff over here. So this one is done. And then have 3 or more stacks topped with yellow books in a single room. 1, 2, 3 in my den. I've got that accomplished. So it's 1, 2, 3 more social battery. I'm up to 15. And I just completed my admire action. And I have no more little project cards in my hand. So guess what? I get 3 more social battery. 1, 2, 3. I'm up to 18. So that's a lot of battery. I think I'm going to the town. Let's see what Penelope does. This is the oh wait, but before I do that, I accomplished, let's see, a yellow little project and a colorless and a yellow. So I can remove this yellow and this colorless back into the stack. Let's shuffle them back in now. That's really important. So if I want to get rid of that first card, get her down to 0, I need to do something with red or green or complete a major accomplishment because that can act as a wild and you can select 1 color or colorless. Okay, so now we get our next rival card. It's card number 2. And she's going to the park. And when Penelope goes to the park, add a rival card to the queue. Do not resolve its action line. So, okay, we're just going to take another card and put it here. So that was a good move for her. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to leave the house. We're going to lose 5 social battery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 13. And I think I'm going to the shops. Cool. But because I've left the house, the sun is going to advance. And the question is, do I want just the comfy sneakers or do I want the decorative mug too? Because that's pretty cool. I would just need a lot. The decorative mug says you may discard a little project card to immediately sort when you gather. So gather and sort as a single action is super strong. You just need to have the little projects to discard. So as much as I want it, I think I'm just going to get the sneakers because also I want to get this little project here. And although maybe that's not necessary, but that'll give me a ton of books too. And the largest stack costs 6. To buy both of these costs 9. So that's a total of 15. I don't have enough social battery to get both of these and the largest stack at the bookstore. Though I don't know if grabbing all these books in particular is going to help with accomplishing that project. And then yellow would no longer be my greatest type. So maybe I don't want to go to the bookstore. Well, you know what? Heck with it. Let's spend 9 social battery and get all these. So I'm at 13, so I'm going to go down to 4. I get both of these cards, and we now refresh the shop. Cozy blanket and art supplies. Okay, so with the decorative mug, that's just passive. But the comfy sneakers, when you acquire this, draw 2 little projects. So I have exactly 1 tall stack in each room. Again, a tall stack is 3 or more books, and have no lonesome books. A lonesome book is a book with no other books in its stack. And I can actually accomplish both of these with a single gather action. Oh, that's not true, just this one. Yeah, I might be sitting on this for a while. Well, yeah, maybe I'm going to do some more resting and get more of these little projects that I can discard. Yeah, maybe I won't even try and do this. Maybe I'll just discard it to use the decorative mug action, because that's not so bad. So anyway, that was my turn. The rival gets a new card. This is the 4th card in the rival queue. So we look at this line here. She's going to the shops. That will bump me out of the shops to the park, so I gain 2 social battery. That could be helpful. I could afford the largest stack now. And this says she discards both other neat stuff cards, then gains 3 books from the bag. So both of these just get discarded. We're going to replace them here. Collectible pin. Oh, 2 collectible pins. That's interesting. Okay. I think there's like 0 chance I'm going to be able to get both of those. And then collects 3 books from the bag. So we've got yellow, blue, yellow. Not that the colors matter for her. And we'll just throw these up here in her pile. So for my turn, you know what? I can go to the bookstore now and get the largest stack. I'm going to do it. It's going to take all the rest of my social battery, though, so I'm out. But these books all go into my backpack, and I get this little project. So I've got 3 greens, a blue, and a yellow. I don't particularly need the greens. Maybe I'll put the greens with the blue on top. I'll put the blue on the bottom. 3 greens and a blue, like this, in my backpack, and maybe I'll drop them all on my nightstand, and then later I'll exchange them all for yellows. Although I want a tall stack in each room, so that would give me a tall stack in my bedroom. Maybe we do just put 3 greens. Then maybe we take a yellow and a blue, and where would we put those? I don't really know. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. We'll stick with the original plan. A blue and 3 greens are going to the nightstand, then I've got this yellow one to drop somewhere else. So now we replace this project, have a room where all of its spaces are filled by lonesome books. That would be easiest to accomplish in the bathroom. All right, because that's the smallest room. And now it is the rival's turn. And the queue is getting pretty long here. This is card number 5. And she's going to the bookstore. Well, that'll bump me again. I will get 2 more social battery. That is kind. And she's going to take the medium shelf. That is this one. So she gets that little project. These books. And then we replace it. So I think I'm doing okay at the moment. I've got to get that rival queue down, though. That's 5 cards in the queue. There are only 10 cards in the deck. If I ever need to draw a card and I can't because the deck is empty, I immediately lose. So this is the one that's going to help me the most in that respect. Because it would get rid of blue and red. Red, blue, red. It would get rid of 3 of the cards. Either of these would only get rid of that one colorless one for now. But okay, I am going to return home. I need to place the stacks from my backpack and then take a turn at home. So I'm going to place these on the nightstand. And I think I will put this one, I don't know, here? Don't really know. And now what am I going to do? I think I'm going to rest. So I'm going to gain 2 social battery, and then 2 more little project cards. And then I would have to discard down to 5, but this will only take me up to 5. But now I've got more options for things I can work towards. And at the same time, I've probably got cards now I can discard to use this decorative mug ability. So this says, have 3 or more stacks topped with green books among your 4 central spaces. That's something I could do. I don't know if that's a top priority. And then this one says, have 3 or more lonesome red books. I really don't think I'm going to do that. That's a good candidate for discarding. So we're going back to the rival. This is card number 6. And this says she's going to the shops. And we're going to gain both other neat stuff cards. Man, she's got the collectibles. That's too bad. Because those were cool. There we go. So now we've got thank you notes and the desk lamp, and I've really got to clear that rival queue. So I think I've got to make some moves here. I think I've got to gather and use my mug to then sort and see how many of these I can accomplish in that one move. So first, let's go to the gather space and gain 1 social battery. I'm up to 5. So I think I'm going to take this top yellow book and this top yellow book and this top yellow book like that, and place them all. Think there. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to take this green one as well. And take these 4, and I'm gonna put them here. Actually, they're in the kitchen. So yellow, 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 green from bottom to top. And now I'm going to discard this little project to now immediately sort. So I assume I get to do that and get the social battery. And I'm going to pick this stack here with 2 reds. And I'm going to put it on top of this stack here. So from bottom to top, this is now red, green, blue, blue, red, red. So that is a maximum height stack. It is 6 books tall, and it will accomplish this little project here. So the next time I admire, I'll accomplish this, but none of the other 3. I'll be kind of close on these 3, but I might want to admire just to get rid of 1, 2, 3 cards from the queue, and then maybe do another gather sort pairing and get rid of a few more cards from the queue after that. So let's see what the rival does. This is card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, she's going to the shops. We've got the sun icon there, so we advance the sun. She's going to stay here at the shops and gains other neat stuff card from the first display space. So that is this one here. Let's replace it. Okay, and I assume we need to reset the shops for Penelope as well, so we'll do that. Scented Candle and Jigsaw Puzzle are the 2 new ones. And yeah, I don't like how long this row is, so I think I'm going to admire right now. And are yellow books still my most common type? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens, so no. So I don't get that 3 social battery. But I did accomplish this. This one stack has 2 or more blue books. It has 2, and 2 or more red books. It has 3 in any order. So this is accomplished. I gained 3 social battery. 1, 2, 3. I'm up to 9. And now anything with blue or red can be removed from the rivals row here. That's got blue. That's got red. That's got red. All right, so we went from 7 down to 3. I'm feeling better about that. That definitely gives me time to try and work on some of these other ones. But I don't think I've accomplished any of the others. I don't have exactly 1 tall stack in each room. I've got almost that. 1 in the bedroom, 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the den, but 0 in the bathroom. And I do have a lonesome book. And I don't have 3 or more stacks topped with green books among my 4 central spaces. I've got 1. But I could probably make some headway here. I could redistribute this stack now, and there's a green one in there, and I could put it there. But that would still only get me to 2. I would need the green one that's currently on the bottom there. Oof. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about these little projects. Let's see what Penelope does, I suppose. This is her 4th card, so she's going to the shops, and it says discards both other neat stuff cards, then gains 3 books from the bag. So these get discarded. She doesn't keep them. There's a plushie and a laptop, and then 3 books from the bag. Green, green, oh, yellow, yellow. That was 4 books. Try again. 1, 2, yellow, yellow, and blue. Again, the colors don't really matter for her. It's just a matter of diluting the bag of things that I might want. And so for my turn, I'm going to go back to gather, gain 1 social battery. And let's see, I'm going to take this yellow and this yellow and place them as a single stack. Where am I going to do this? I think in the bathroom. I'm going to try and get exactly one tall stack in each room. Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I think these are two at odds with each other. I think I'm going to try and do this if I can get it, to have one room completely filled with lonesome books, and I'll probably try and do that in the bathroom. If I stop worrying about these tall stacks, I can focus on this. So yeah, let's use my decorative mug to discard this little projects card to now immediately sort. I'm going to sort, gain 1 social battery, pick up a single stack. I'm going to take this one, and now I can redistribute it in 2s. So I've got, in single books or 2s, I've got 3 reds, a green, and 2 blues. And I'm going to put the green one on top of this stack. I'm going to take these 3 reds and just place them as single ones across my bathroom. So I'm already ready to accomplish that little project, even though I don't have it yet. And these 2 blue ones, you know what? I'm going to put them here on my nightstand. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books there. That's the maximum stack. I think that was worth it, even though I'm not going to accomplish this. Maybe I should have spent that, but that's okay. Let's see what Penelope does for her 5th card. Card number 5, she's going to the cafe. That's her special space there. And gain the little projects card from the largest bookstore shelf and restock. All right, luckily, that's this one, not the one I was going for. Restock, have 4 or more blue books in a single stack. I won't be doing that. So for my turn, I'm going to leave the house. Let me go get that project card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 social battery. I'm going to go to the bookstore, grab the medium stack. That's going to be 3 more battery. 1, 2, 3. So I get this little project. That is really good to have. These 2 books go into my backpack, a yellow and a green. I don't really know what I'm going to do, so let's just put them like that for now. Well, I guess I'd rather have them in 1 stack, huh? Let's do that. And replace what's here. Have exactly 1 empty space in each room. That would take some doing. And then we get a green and a red and a yellow. Oh, and I went to the village, so I advanced the sun. Okay, I think my plan is next turn I'll go to the exchange and take care of what I've got going on here at the nightstand, and then I'll go back and admire. So let's see what Penelope's going to do in the meantime. This is card 6. So for card 6, she is going to the cafe. She's already there. She's gaining 6 books from the bag. Yowza, that is a lot of books. I don't remember how much she scores for these books, but it might be 1 point per book. So that's a lot of points. I will need to put an end to this at some point, but still feels early. I always want to just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, but that is not the way to win. Got to know when to call it. So, okay, I will go to the exchange, spend 1 social battery, although, I get a discount at the shops. Man, I would love to hit the shops too, but I don't have time. I'm going to the exchange, so I've got from my nightstand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, and now I can take that amount plus 1 of any color or colors I want from the bag. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take 7 yellows. Let's make yellow my biggest color again. So I'm just going to make 1 giant stack of yellows. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the maximum stack size. So I'm going to put that in my backpack. And then the 7th one will go here. And these just all go back into the draw bag. So that was pretty cool. I've got to step away for a second, so I'm going to stand Penelope up. So I remember it is now Penelope's turn. Okay, and I'm back. So it is Penelope's move. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is card number 7. Oh boy, I really need to do something about that, huh? She's going to the cafe where she already is, and she gains 4 books from the bag. So let's grab the draw bag here. Got 1, 2, come on, 3, and 4. Red, green, and blue. So we'll toss these up there. That's quite a big pile of books. I might need to try and end this soon. So it's my turn. I'm going to return home, and I can place these books anywhere, and I don't really have a plan, so let's, I don't know, we'll put these in the bedroom in this spot, and we'll put these on the nightstand, just so I've got something on the nightstand. Sometimes that's helpful. And now I can take an action in my apartment here, and I'm going to take the admire action. So yellow is certainly my my most common book type, so that'll get me 3 battery. 1, 2, 3, I'm up to 5. And then this one, have 3 or more stacks topped with green books among my 4 central spaces. I do have that, so that gets me 3 battery and 2 points. 1, 2, 3. And then have a room where all of its spaces are filled by lonesome books, and I do have that in the bathroom here. So that is another 3 battery, 1, 2, 3, and 2 points. Oh, and then importantly, this has green and this is colorless. So all the green and colorless ones will be gone from here. And this is colorless, colorless, green, green, colorless, colorless, green. That is going to clear the entire rival row. So that was pretty huge. That was a good thing to do. Unfortunately, I still have one little project left that says have no lonesome books. And I've got 4 lonesome books, the 3 reds plus this green one here. So I don't get the extra 3 social battery for that. But I can really go back to the town now, and that will move the sun, which will get us closer to the end of the game. And whatever I do in town, hopefully I can do something that'll get me some points. So, all right. That was a pretty decent turn. It's the rival's turn. Card number 1. She's going to go to the cafe again, so she's going to stay there. And she's going to gain the little project card from the medium shelf and then restock it. So that's this one here. All right, we'll restock that. Have no tall stacks. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that, I don't think. And I think I would kind of like to go to these shops and get both of these, which with my discount would cost 8, and I need 5 to leave the house. So that's a total of 13. So I'm two social batteries shy. So what I might do is I might rest on this turn and then go to the shops next turn and hope that those are still there. So I'm going to rest. I gain 2 social battery, and I gain 2 little projects. And these could be helpful too. I have 3 tall stacks that have no red books. That's already done. And then have no blue books in your bedroom or bath. And I have no blue books at all. I can actually just admire and accomplish both of those too. So that's good. I might still go to the shops, go to the village shops, grab both of these, come back and admire. So that's pretty good. Let's see what Penelope does here. This is card number 2. She is going to stay in the cafe and gain the little project card from the smallest bookstore shelf. All right, so that's this one. That's fine. I wasn't really liking these little projects anyway. Have 3 or more tall stacks in your kitchen. I have 2 of those already. And there's some stuff I would like to do. But I think I am going to leave the house. That'll cost me 5 battery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I advance the sun. And I am going to the village shops. I'm going to buy both of these, I'll have a 1 discount because of my comfy sneakers. So it's going to cost me 8, which is all the rest of my social battery. Gain both the plushie and the laptop. The plushie will score me 1 point for each of my lonesome books at the end of the game, maximum 7. I've got 4 now, so I think I'd like to get 3 more. And then the laptop, on your turn, so this is only once per game, flip this card to take an item from the discard pile from the shops at no cost. And I'm going to do that right away. So I'm going to flip this over. Can't use it again. It's still worth points at the end of the game, but the ability is used. And I think rather than flip it, I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm going to turn it this way so we can still sort of see what it was. I'm going to flip it around, and from the shops, I've kind of already looked at these. I'm going to take the jigsaw puzzle, I think. Gain 3 each time if you have 10 stacks. The other one I was looking at was a cozy blanket. Score 1 point for each room in your home that has 2 or more empty spaces, but that's only a maximum of 4 extra points. Discard 2 from your hand that you did not complete. I want the jigsaw puzzle. So the jigsaw puzzle says each time you read, which is this action here, so you take a book and put it on your nightstand, you can place one of these little projects from your hand into your scoring pile, so you don't actually have to complete it. So that can help me with this have no lonesome books, which is pretty opposite from what I'm trying to do with this plushie for having lots of lonesome books. Here, we'll put that up there. Okay. So that way I can score for any number of these. That's pretty cool. So now let's refill the shops. And there is one more space here on the sun track. Let's see, there's a night lamp and a display case. Ooh, the display case could be worth something for me. Yeah, it could be worth a lot of points. I would like that. But let's see what Penelope does now. So this is card number 3. She's going to go to the park. I was kind of hoping she would bump me. So she goes to the park. She gains 3 books from the bag. And then when she goes to the park, she adds a rival card without resolving it. So that's card number 4. Okay. And now we place these here. That's a lot of points up there. And I am out of social battery, so I am coming back. I have nothing in my backpack, so I am immediately going to admire. And yellow is still my most common color, so I get 1, 2, 3 social battery for that. And then I have 3 or more tall stacks that have no red books. This one, this one, this one, and I've actually got a 4th. No red books in any of those, so this is accomplished. That gets me a random draw from the other neat stuff stack. Lucky Kitty, okay. And this is the yellow Lucky Kitty. Oh, that's amazing. So we get the yellow Lucky Kitty token here, and you place it beside any one room. So I'm going to place it by my bedroom. And then for each yellow book in that room at the end of the game, I score 1 point, max 5. This stack right here has 6 yellow books in it by itself, and that's in my bedroom. So I'm just going to place it there. That'll maximize those points. And man, even more reason to get this display case. Wow. Okay, so then this one, have no blue books in your bedroom or bath, and I have no blue books at all anywhere. So I gain this. That's going to be 3 social battery. 1, 2, 3. And a couple points at the end. Have no lonesome books. I've still got 4 of those, and I would actually like to have more. But I'll use the jigsaw puzzle. I intend to at some point to discard this and get the points anyway. Although I can also spend this to use my decorative mug to do gather and then sort. So what do I want to do? I want to sort one of these stacks so that I get, what was the maximum? This one, 7 lonesome books. So I'll probably sort this stack because there's 3 here, yellow, yellow, green. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lonesome books, and then this can be like 5, 6, 7. And then I'll need to take this read a book action at some point to be able to use this to just throw this in my scoring pile. So that's worth a couple points. That may or may not be worth it. I'd like to go back to the village shops, which would cost me 5 to leave the apartment, and buy just this, which would be another 3 because of my discount. So 5, 6, 7, 8. If I can get up to 8 social battery, and you know what? I can do that with the read a book action. So I think that's what I want to do for my next couple turns. I want to read a book and then go get that display case, and that'll trigger the end of the game too. Although importantly, I forgot this again. I got to remove red and blue, which is going to be, this is red and blue. This one's red. This one's blue. So everything but that colorless card from the rival row. All right, those go there. So I need to shuffle these back in. So the rival's going to get a turn. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a couple more turns where I will read a book and then go to the village shops and buy that display case. I've got to get that case. So the case scores 1 point for each of your other neat stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other neat stuff right now. I assume that one includes itself too, so that could be 8 points for that one card. That's massive. Oh, I want to do that. Okay, let's see what the rival does. Don't ruin this for me. Card number 2, gain the little projects card from the smallest bookshelf and restock. Okay, that's this one. Good, good, good. And then, oh, that sends her to the cafe. Fine. Let's see if I can make this happen. So, go here, gain 2 social battery, I'm up to 8, and move 1 book from anywhere in your home to the top of your nightstand. And I don't know, we'll grab this green one here. That's the top of the nightstand. Okay, that is done. And when I take the read action, you may place 1 little project from your hand into your scoring pile. So we will get 2 points for that one. And it does specify it scores at the end of the game, but gives no other bonus. So I don't get the social battery right now. That's okay. Okay, Penelope, don't ruin this for me. She's going to the bookstore and taking the medium shelf. So that is going to be this one. 2 books and a project. So let's refill the project. Add books to the shelves. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So that was I'm trying to keep them face up here. A red, a red, and a blue. Now let's proceed with what I was doing. I'm going to leave the house. That costs 5 social battery, so I go from 8 down to 3. I'm going to the shops. I'm going to buy 1 item, which normally costs 4, but I've got a discount of 1 because of my comfy sneakers, so this costs me 3 social battery. I'm taking the display case, big points for that. This goes away, and I refresh the shops. And because I've left the house, ooh, another Lucky Kitty, a red one. Man, if I could put that in the bath somehow. But anyway, because I left the house, we need to advance this. So we're going to finish this round and then have 1 additional round. And I was the first player, so Penelope goes again, and then we each get 1 more turn. So this is card number 4. She's going to go to the bookstore where she is and take the medium shelf. Ooh, more points for her. That's 4 more points in the Penelope pile. So we need to add a few more books here, as long as she doesn't take that large shelf. So that's going to be a lot of points for her. Okay, and now I am going to, for my last turn, return home. My backpack is empty, and I am going to sort. So I gain 1 social battery, pick up a stack of books. Let's take this one here. Let's take the nightstand. Well, no, I don't think that does anything, but let's take this one. And then distribute them to the tops of any stacks or empty spaces. And I'll put a yellow here and a yellow here just to make sure the bedroom stays full of yellow books. And I'll put another green one here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 single lonesome books for the plushie scoring. So that was my last turn. Penelope gets 1 more turn. This is card number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's going to the bookstore, takes the medium shelf. Okay. We don't really need to refill it, but I guess I'm going to do it because why not? So yellow and red and red. And I believe that is it. So that was pretty fun. Let's go on to scoring. I'm going to score myself first. So first I get 1 point for each book in my apartment, which would include my backpack. It happens to be empty, but I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus another 6 is 16, plus another 4 is 20. So certainly not a record, but a good start. Then each of these accomplished little projects is 2 points. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 more points. That's going to get me up to 38. Now I score all of my other neat stuff cards. So I can flip this one back over now. So this one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll come back to I'll just do it now. This is a maximum of 5, and it's 1 for each yellow book in the bedroom. I've got more than 5, so that's another 5 points. So what was it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 5 is 13. And then this is 1 for each of your lonesome books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, max 7, so another 7 points. So that gets me up to 20. This is 22, and then this is 1 point for each of your other neat stuff, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a grand total of 30 more points here for a total of 68 so far. And then we would gain points for major accomplishments, but I didn't actually do any of them, so no points for major accomplishments. And then 1 point for every 4 remaining social battery. I've only got 1 social battery left, so that's not going to get me any points either. So my total is 68 points. Now let's count up Penelope's. So first we'll count up her massive pile of books here. So here's 2 books. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31. Okay, that's a pretty good start for her. Makes me nervous. Then she gets 2 points for each of these little projects. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Oh boy. So she is at 53. And then for her other neat stuff, she gets just the points listed in the corner, and anything with a question mark is worth 3. So this is going to be 3, 6, and this says 2 plus. What is this? 1 for each major accomplishment you achieve. So she ignores all the text. So it's really going to be 3, 6, 7, 8 points for her other neat stuff. So she has a total of 61 points. So that was super close. 68 to 61. That was awesome. So man, I'm glad I got that display case. That was the difference between victory and defeat. Man, that was a good one. I feel real good about that. It was kind of interesting this time that I didn't go after any of the major accomplishments. That's pretty uncommon. I usually get at least one of them. And if you can time it right, they're super helpful for getting this rival queue down as well. Because you can, when you accomplish one, you pick any one color or colorless. You pick one of those and then remove all the cards so you can, be efficient with it. But yeah, after having this game for a few months, I still really like it. I do play it on a sort of regular basis. I really like the just the shape of the game. It's kind of slow at the beginning, but as you get to like towards the end, like the 2/3, 3/4 mark, you start to really have a plan and you're chaining things together. And then when you get really close to the end, that like 90% mark, that last 10% of the game, all of a sudden there's 100 things you want to do, but you need to end it quickly. And it's like trying to determine which of those things are the best things to pursue and how can you do it in the fewest actions. And there's generally some tension at the end where you're trying to make sure that this rival queue doesn't get too long. So the solo mode for this game works great. I really like it. And I've played it a handful of times at 2 players as well, and we like it as a 2-player game too. I haven't had the chance to play it 3 or 4 players yet, but I imagine it's a little bit different, but still good. But yeah, that was a pretty fun strategy this time, going harder for the shops and putting a little bit less effort into the bookstore than I usually do and into those major accomplishments. So these are cool. They're obviously highly variable. But getting a bunch of these like this was a really fun way to start chaining things together and getting some combos. So there you go. That was a successful solo playthrough of A Place for All My Books on the hardest difficulty mode. We used rival cards E through N for the rival deck. I suppose if you wanted to make it even harder, I don't know that I necessarily do, but if you wanted to, you can make it a shorter deck and just discard card E and make it F through N. And then there's only 9 cards in the deck. So you've got less opportunity, to let the rival queue really grow here before you'll have an auto loss condition. So if anybody tries that, let me know how it goes. I don't know if I want it to be that difficult, but I could see maybe doing it at some point. But that might up the pressure more than I want in this sort of cozy game. But yeah, I had a great time playing. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know if you got any questions down in the comments. Happy to talk to you about this game down there. Or if you have any other games where you'd like me to show you the back of the game box, let me know and I'll try and work it in somewhere. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And perhaps most importantly, go over to the Ko-fi page, ko-fi, link in the description. Throw a couple bucks at the channel. I could really use the help to keep things running. I'm operating on like $1 a day. That is not keeping the lights on. So any help is appreciated, and I'll be sure to call you out in my January 2026 channel update video, as usual. But hey, that's what I got this time on Table for One. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too, and I will see you in the next video.